Hello, everyone. Anthony, Caledonia and Wall County 4-H educator. How's it going? This video is my first YouTube video. Hopefully it's going to help explain Spring Showcase packet for our leaders of Caledonia and Wall counties. This video is going to be a quick walkthrough of Spring Showcase. We're going to have a couple of follow-up videos dig into the details around registration and our new entries. Please email with questions after we walk through this packet. And I look forward to making some more videos to hopefully help us get oriented to other events. But when it comes to Spring Showcase, it's something you can also share out with families and members. So here is a walkthrough of our Spring Showcase packet. All right, so what you're seeing here is my screen. We're going to start right from the beginning. Spring Showcase 2019. Now, this year, it's going to be held on March 23rd at the Hardwick Elementary School. So it's a nice location for everyone to get to. The doors will open at 9 a.m., so you can come on in at 9 and get set up. There's a schedule right here for you, and you can see in the packet. Bring your own lunch and snacks. We have it scheduled for 11:30 to 12, and then should have the day wrapped up by 2 after our awards ceremony. I have provided a table of contents. Just thought it'd be kind of handy, like a one-page glance of everything that is in our Spring Showcase packet as far as different areas, what we call my exhibit entries that you can enter into. And also, it's kind of handy if someone has a quick question, it might just get you to where you need to be quicker in the packet. Here we go. This talks about important dates. So what most of us know, some of us know, but not everyone, photographs and posters, and also now one of our new exhibits, which is the 4-H promotional video, are due March 8th. So they need to be at the county extension office by March 8th, so that way they can get judged in time for Spring Showcase. Also on March 8th, what is due is the registration paperwork that we're going to cover in another video. And also we'll talk about there are photo labels and poster labels, and we'll talk about where those go in the other video. Okay, some just quick information about using the 4-H emblem, and then we're going to talk a little bit about written and oral reflections. If it's due at the county office on March 8th, please have a written reflection with it. Other items, if they're not due on March 8th, can come with their written reflection, or if it's a category that requires an oral reflection on the day of the event on the 23rd. I'm going to walk real quickly through our different exhibits. One of my favorites, action exhibits. You can get the whole club involved. And the idea is to an audience, as a team, teach something to those people where each individual member is teaching one step of that process. So it might be how to make something, how to cook something, how to accomplish a certain task. It's a lot of fun. Clothing review, so that it involves the sewing project aspect, and it's about a garment of some type that can be sewed. If you want to be able to go on to state day, I believe that's a requirement that it needs to be worn. It should also, if you look in the details, come with note cards. So as it's kind of being displayed to the audience or modeled, you can read about the process of creating that. Demonstrations, those are done as individuals or in teams of 2, similar to an action exhibit, but different in that it's something that you know about that you want to share with others. Okay, so it should be a topic that you're comfortable with and familiar with. It should have a title that catches people's eyes, and can have visual aids and props. So one example is last year we had 2 members show how to properly take care of a horse and groom a horse, where they made a model horse and brought that in along with the tools needed, and walked through together as a team how to properly care for a horse, and that was pretty cool. Fashion selection, smart shopper. This is a great one too. There's a budget here now on the paper. It looks like there's 2 amounts, either $25 or $35 limit that you give your member, where they go out and they have to purchase an outfit for a certain particular event or category. Could be for a formal event. It could be, for a future career aspiration that they have one day. It's a lot of fun, and this itself has its own particular registration form. Fun with Food, another new entry for this year. So it's similar to the action exhibit. If you read the details, there's a theme around the food that's made, so it's healthy snacks for after school. And that can be done as a group as well. So there's some details there. When we get into our photo exhibits, like I said before, due March 8th, you can have up to 3 photos per member. And this is with the labels. There's labels that you'll be provided if requested. We'll have to come with those photos, and they go on the back of the photo. There's also the photo-based design and some more details if they choose to do that category as well. Posters. So posters should display or communicate a clear message or information to the reader. A 14 by 22 inch piece of paper. Again, those are due March 8th. There's some more information in there. The labels come on the back, but one thing to remember with posters is on the front, we also want, like on a note card or a piece of white paper, the member's name, age, and county that they're in as well. That goes in the front. And that's in addition to the actual poster label that will go on the back. Now we get into what we call our public speaking categories. So this is a more formal experience. So it's either a public speech or illustrated talk. So with the public speech, only note cards can be used. The 4-H prepares a speech to present to a board that will be judging that individual. Then there's illustrated talk, which is very similar with the exception that visual aids can be used. Stage presentations. This is the fun one. It's going to be almost anything you can imagine, from playing a musical instrument, martial arts demonstration, particular talent someone might have that they want to share. It can be a whole group skits or dances. A member can do their own individual one, but also then be in a club one. And if there are more than one club, they can also be in another club one as well. So you can do more than one as a member. Tabletops, another one of our educational displays. Some information on here. Do you want to think about what's on that tabletop, as well as props that come in with that tabletop as well to enhance the educational message? There's some other tips along with this down below. Now, technology, there's a whole category here. So there's our Maker Tinker we've been doing for a few years now. There's a new one that's a lot of fun. That's a statewide challenge. It's the Maker Tinker Challenge, which is making a robotic hand. This can also be a really fun club activity to do. If you see some of the details, we'll show in a later video. And again, the 4-H promotional video that we'll talk about a little further in our second video. Cloverbuds are welcome to participate. They do not get judged. They do not make the rosters for things like the Big E, things like that, but they're welcome to participate at a regional event. Down below, if you want to know what goes from our state day, or excuse me, from our regional day to state day, that kind of shows you the different exhibit areas that can move on. And then on the top of this page here, what goes on to the Big E. So if your club's thinking about really going far with that process this year, where you might want to think about entering things to make it to the Big E. Obviously, photos and posters go without the 4-H'er, but are put on display there. But action exhibits, stage presentations, and depending on how many action exhibits this year, illustrated talks and some other demonstrations may also go into the Big E. Thanks for watching the video. I think we have one more part here, which is obviously want to check the dress code in your content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you at the next video. Bye.